Welcome back to Observing the Sabbath. I'm Nathaniel Molnar, and we are continuing our look at the second studio album by Black Sabbath entitled Paranoid from 1970. We've done War Pigs, we've done Paranoid, and now we are moving on to Planet Caravan. As you can see, my set, if you can call it that, has changed a little bit. This is a temporary thing, because I have some interesting things coming in from the mail pretty soon that's going to really enhance this set a little bit more. I won't be using a regular sheet behind me. I'll have something a little bit more, shall we say, Sabbath-esque behind. So keep your eyes open then. The next few videos, this should be changing pretty soon. But before we get into Planet Caravan, I want to say, as I say always, this is not the kind of reaction video where I'm watching this for the first time or listening to it for the first time. I've listened to these songs hundreds of times before. This is me listening to it and giving you my thoughts and my opinions as we go through. So without any further ado, this is Planet Caravan. And now. I always say that every Sabbath album has the slower song. You know, each album kind of has this faster pace, tempo to it. They all kind of have this similar consistency to them. And then each album has the one song where things are a little bit slower. For Paranoid, it's this one, Planet Caravan. Master of Reality, it's Solitude, Changes for Volume 4. Each album has that song where they kind of slow things down. And I really like that because it differentiates the album. You know, it changes things up, and that is indicative of Sabbath's approach with a lot of their music, where they're constantly trying to do new things. They're trying to change things up. It goes back to the idea that I talked about with their first studio album, where they're trying to grow and evolve and change. Each riff has that, each song has that, each album has that, and it's just this constant thing all the way through all of their albums. And so I really like, with these songs that you get with Planet Caravan, with Solitude, with Changes, you really get just a moment to take a break, to breathe. And this song in particular has this very sort of relaxing tone to it. It's chilling, not in like a scary way, but just very relaxing. And you just kind of feel like you're floating through space. And it just has that great sound to it. I really like the instruments that they bring in to kind of give this sort of ambience, this sort of craft, this atmosphere that's just so starkly different from the rest of the album. This is a song I could listen to on repeat to help me fall asleep or something like that. It just has that really nice quality to it. You know, Sabbath is very experimental in terms of they're constantly trying to do new things, as I was mentioning before. They're trying to use new instruments. They're trying to use something to change the vocals. They're trying to just constantly do new things to keep things interesting and different and unique. And you really do hear that with this song, with the different instruments that they bring in, with this, with just the sound of it, with the distortion of Ozzy's vocals. And you hear some of the blues influence that Black Sabbath had. I imagine people listening to this for the first time, where they've heard Black Sabbath, you hear the doom metal of the opening song, you hear Wicked World, you hear NIB, you have one idea of what this band is like. Then you listen to War Pigs and you listen to Paranoid, and it's sort of different, but it's still within that same consistency. And then you get this song, and it just completely throws a wrench in everything that you thought you knew about this band or what you thought their identity was. And then you have to just, as a Sabbath fan, come to expect that things are constantly going to be changing and evolving your idea of what they are is going to change with the next song, and then with the song after that, and with the song after that. And that is just one of the great things that I love about this band, that they're constantly changing and doing something different. Because you see a lot of musicians, of bands, of just singers that try to just keep doing the same thing. They find something that works and they just harp on it until they wear it out. And Black Sabbath did not do that. Even when they found their niche, even when they found what worked for them, they did something completely different. They tried to just flip it on its head and keep doing something different. So that is the end of the song. Great song. I love Planet Caravan. Again, starkly different from a lot of their other music. You know, if you're a fan of Supernaut, and if you're a fan of Fairies Wear Boots, and if you're a fan of Black Sabbath, you know, Planet Caravan is very, very, very different from that. It even sounds like it's from a completely different band. If you were just to play Planet Caravan for someone, I don't think they could even tell you, who's not initiated with the band, I don't think they could really tell you that it's Black Sabbath. Same goes for Solitude. They just sound so radically different that you would just assume that it's from a different band. But Planet Caravan is just a really good song. It has really good flow to it. It crafts really interesting ambience and atmosphere. It's just a very relaxing song, and it really does nicely break up the album, and it just reaffirms for people listening through for the first time that Black Sabbath is not a band that's going to fall into what works and sticks with that. They're not just going to find their niche and then harp on that until it's dead and gone. No, they're going to constantly try to reinvent themselves, try to do different things. Sometimes that doesn't work. We'll talk about that more once we get to Technical Ecstasy. Sometimes that doesn't work, but I will always give them full credit for constantly trying to do new things. So that is Planet Caravan. My question is to you, what do you think about Planet Caravan? Is it a song on this album that you really like? Do you agree with me that you like how it kind of breaks things up? Or are you somebody where maybe it doesn't quite work for you because it is so different, so starkly different from the rest of their songs? Maybe you're a fan of Paranoid and War Pigs and Iron Man, and when you get to Planet Caravan, it just kind of slows things down. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. Once again, I'm Nathaniel Molnar. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like, make sure to comment, make sure to subscribe. And I asked you guys, I've been mentioning this in the comment section. I am going to start doing some reaction videos for different live videos from Sabbath. Different live sets that they've done. I've gotten a bunch of requests for certain ones to do, and I'm throwing it over to you. Leave me in the comment section for the next, I'll bring this up with each video for the next little bit. Leave me links to different live videos that you would like me to react to. That just kind of helps me compile a list so I can draw upon them and do these reaction videos over the next little bit. So yeah, send me those links. You can also email me at observingthesabbath@gmail.com if you don't want to just leave it in the comments. So that's going to do it until our next video, which I believe we will be talking about Iron Man. Until that video, thank you for watching.